Yeah, I'm Simon Berry, fourth generation family business based in the Lake District. The day-to-day running of the business is now handled by the generation above us. So my middle son runs the business on a day-to-day, but with an executive team, which has given me a bit more space to do some other things. But I'm still involved, still very, very involved. But people say, what do you do? I say, I just do the nice jobs. So Gospel Entrepreneur, I've known Roy for a long time. Very long time. We go back and followed his career path, ministries. And about 5 years ago, as I was transitioning out of the day-to-day running of the business, God started laying on my heart, what impact could I have in the next 5, 10, 15 years, God willing, within the business community with entrepreneurs who are particularly Christian entrepreneurs, to not make all the mistakes I've made, and to share some of those learnings, and what impact could we have if we could find, when I'm saying we, I was talking to myself at this time, if I could find some businesses who had real potential, who were young, who had the scalability, committed Christians, and I could invest some time and energy into them. And at the same time, that's what Roy's doing. There you go. So great. So you never go and invent something if it's already there. So I thought, yes, I will join myself to that chariot and work with the team. Mentoring for me is different to coaching. I think coaching and both the skills that are needed. I would say I can act as a mentor. They do overlap. But a mentor would have some connectivity and some understanding of the business and go on the journey with the individual or individuals and help them develop and grow and be a sounding board for them. A coach, I think, is a slightly different skill set, and a coach may never have done that skill ever. The coach for Andre Agassi has never played in a Grand Slam, but he'll have a great coach. Whereas a mentor will be somebody who's gone along on that journey. And sometimes, mentoring, I think it could be a short journey, it could be a very long one. Sometimes it's literally 3 months of just input, and you can help solve a problem and point people in the right direction. So, but I tend to fall in love with the businesses and want to stay involved long after I should do, probably. I'm working with a phenomenal business of coffee roasters based in Leeds. I was introduced to them, and that's been doing that for 2 years now. We're just about to go into our third year, and to see where that has gone and where it's going and the potential for it is just so exciting. There's probably more opportunities to get involved with things that I've got bandwidth to do. So actually, and I've said to Roy, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. It doesn't feel like the right fit. So yeah, just finding those right fits is important. And I so far it's been a really, really great journey. We've just made it slightly more formal. We were meeting pretty regularly, not quite monthly, but 3 or 4 every couple of months at least. Always in person, and then there was lots of phone calls and emails in between. We've just reorganised that. There's going to be quarterly, a full day once a quarter, with the opportunity to pick up the phone or pick up an email or a Teams call or a Zoom call in between if needed. But we've got to the point where a more structured approach to the relationship is probably right, rather than so we're not firefighting anymore. We're now, not that we were firefighting before, but there was more, more in it. There was a lot to do, and now it's a more stable relationship, if that makes sense. So I think, mentoring in any organisation, it's going to have to be. There's no hard and fast rules. It's going to have to be bespoke, and it's going to have to work to what's the right thing for the two parties. Nobody is ever going to develop a really, really successful business stuck in their own little silo. The more people you can interact. I learned very early on in my business life that I actually was only going to do well if I talked to more and more people. The more people I talk to, and you don't learn the big things from necessarily. Those big things do come along now and again. So get involved, because you will interact with the most amazing bunch of folk, and you will learn an awful lot, and that's invaluable. And if you think you can do it on your own, well, good luck to you.